Welcome everybody, it's Tellum and I got for you guys a pretty cool video, and what this video is exactly going to be about, it's going to be about the conversation between the four characters inside the giant that they are having. If you guys didn't know, if you actually listen to the quotes, they're actually talking to each other, and it's a pretty cool conversation, and I can't wait to actually talk about it and all that good stuff. So before I actually get into this, I want to mention I'm doing a giveaway and it's ending tomorrow actually. So if you guys are watching this like the day later after this come out, you guys are kind of out of luck. But also another thing I want to mention, I will have just without, because this is going to be a breakdown. I'm going to play it for you and then I'll break down everything. So if you guys just want to come back later on after you heard the breakdown, or you just don't want to hear the breakdown of what they're saying, you just come back and go check it out on my channel. It's going to be coming out right after this video, hopefully, and then you guys can just listen to just a conversation without the breakdown in it. So, without further delay, let's jump into it. So, I want to talk, first I'm going to play all Edward's when he's talking to all of them, and then just keep on going from there. So, first I'm going to have you guys listen to Richtofen and Dempsey.
So, you gonna tell me what the fuck you were doing back there?
Dempsey, my dear, simple-minded American, you simply wouldn't understand.
Right after we got here, after you said goodbye to your evil twin, you did something strange.
Strange? Ha! Dempsey, you're really going to have to narrow it down.
I know you're sick, Richtofen, but why were you messing around with your own corpse?
That wasn't my body. That was someone else entirely. Someone a bit like me, but not. He's dead.
Hey, I know what I saw. I saw you stoop down and hold something against the body.
Pictures, Dempsey, pictures. Or it didn't happen.
There was something I was gonna ask you. What was it?
Ah, dear Dempsey, is your memory loss perhaps due to your prolonged exposure to element 115? Or are you just one of the stupid Dempseys?
Okay, so right away, Dempsey asks about something we see in the cutscene where Richtofen kneels down to his body and does something, but Richtofen just responds to him that he wouldn't understand, and then Dempsey kind of asks him, why did he kill himself? And then he said something really interesting. He says that was someone else entirely. So you would think that even if it's his future self, you wouldn't call it someone else entirely. So what I'm thinking he's getting at, this is actually a separate dimension, not in forward time from Origins. It's a different dimension entirely. So that's what I think he can be getting at from there. But we move on. Then Dempsey keeps persisting, saying he said he saw him hold something up to the body, and of course I'm talking about when Richtofen walked out of the thing we see in the cutscene where he kneels down to the body. But Richtofen quickly says, "Pictures, Dempsey, pictures," or "it didn't happen," somewhat in a threatening tone. But I want to digress real fast. I want to go back to exactly what Dempsey said. He said he saw him hold something to the body. So maybe he didn't actually physically take something from the body. Maybe this thing he held next to the body, he took it. Like also the blood vials. He could have been taking the blood. That's just a very weak theory, but just throwing out a little bit of ideas right there. But then Dempsey says that there was something he wanted to ask him, but forgot. And Richtofen says something again. He says something interesting, saying that, is your memory loss due to your overexposure to element 115, or are you just one of the stupid Dempseys? Which is super interesting because this means that this Richtofen, this Origins Richtofen, has actually met Dempsey that has been experimented on by the I like to say future Richtofen, but it's actually not his future Richtofen. It's just more forward Richtofen. So just wanted to point that out. Now I'll let you guys listen to the conversation between Richtofen and Nikolai.
German, I will keep asking until I get an answer. What are we doing here?
Putting things right, Nikolai. Putting things right.
Your words are empty. Your soul is hollow. How could you ever hope to put things right?
Nikolai, I realize that I'm often hostile towards you. It's simply because your ideology is diametrically opposed to mine.
We are allies only because of our situation. We will not fight shoulder to shoulder forever, Richtofen.
Though we may not see eye to eye, Nikolai, know this. I possess an artifact that will help us on our journey.
You can never wash away the blood on your hands, Richtofen. You are an evil that must be stopped.
I'm helping you more than you realize, Nikolai. After all, didn't I just kill myself a little while ago? I know what I'm doing. The beacon will allow Maxis to find us.
Who is this fucking Maxis? I've never seen him. Apart from that brain in a jar we found in France.
Okay, right away Nikolai asked Richtofen, what are we doing here? So it seems like, because if you look at the cutscene, it doesn't seem like, because actually let me just talk about what I mean, because he asked, what are we doing here? So it kind of made it sound like Richtofen's the one who bring them here, but as we can obviously tell that Richtofen didn't bring them there. They showed up separately, and then Richtofen happened to show up as it made it seem inside the cutscene. So not too sure why he's exactly saying me. We, not me. Okay. Then Richtofen responds saying, putting things right, Nikolai, putting things right. Then after that, we kind of hear just like both of them just saying how they dislike each other and their just about stuff about their ideals and stuff like that. And then Richtofen tries to like kind of cool things down, saying that he possesses an artifact that will help them on this journey. But so I think we can assume that this artifact is, he's talking about the summoning key from Shadows of Evil. But then we hear Nikolai tell Richtofen, you can never wash the blood off your hand, and that he is an evil that must be stopped. So why is only Nikolai telling him that he's this evil and that there's this blood on his hands? Because all the other characters, because he seems like he has this deep hatred for Richtofen, but we have no idea why, because is there something that Nikolai knows that the other two characters don't? I'm not too sure. I have no idea. And of course, if you have any ideas, theories, or anything that I've missed, down in the comments. Just forgot to mention that earlier. Then Richtofen says that he's helping you more than you think, and also says to help, excuse me, he said to help, like how he's saying that he's helping them is like what he's trying to kind of more say, like to prove that he's helping them. I couldn't think right there, but that he just didn't he just kill himself a little while ago? And then he goes on to talk about the beacon, saying that it will allow Maxis to find us. And then Nikolai says one of the most interesting things I've ever heard of. It's just something that was never questioned before. He says, I've never met this Maxis before, and oh my gosh, why hasn't this been a question before? Why has no one made this a real big question? I can understand if somebody's questioned it before, but it's never been like something really big. So I can't believe nobody until now has actually questioned why haven't we ever met Maxis or something like that. If you think about it, we've never physically met Maxis, or even the real only physical image we get of him is a picture and in Origins where his head, or top of his head's cut off. But I don't actually feel like that counts, because a picture isn't alive, and like he's obviously not alive without his head. But I don't think also that counts when he's in the Maxis throne. So I'll let you guys listen to the next conversation between Richtofen and Takeo.